All right, I'm Walkowitz, John Walkowitz, and he is
Jason Callan.
Oh, you blew it.
But Walkwood. Oh,
Bond, James Bond.
Callan, Jason Callan.
There you go.
There we go. Yeah, I screwed up.
I feel like Bob Zaney, one comedian, says he's at a bar, and this girl is pretty, and he goes up to her and says, "Hi, I'm Zaney, Bob Zaney." She looks at me and goes, "Fuck off." Anyways, Sean Connery passed away today on Halloween at the age of 90 years old.
90 years old, and it was like, because I saw that on Facebook just before getting ready to head on out. I was like, oh my God, put a tear face. I mean, because it was like a true gentleman. Besides
He was a gentleman.
League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Yeah, I mean, he believed in slapping women around. So.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
No.
That's from back in like the 80s or 90s. He said, oh yeah, if a woman gets out of control, just slap her.
Well, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, fuck him.
Oh man, I didn't know that. But we grew up watching with his stuff. Well, I remember the James Bond movies always were on TV.
Right.
My dad complained, Sean this again, Sean this again. They always said viewer discretion advised, so I always thought, oh my God, I'm not allowed to watch this, it's R-rated. So I always assumed viewer discretion advised means R-rated or I'm not allowed to watch something. My parents are very restrictive of stuff like that, you know. And I found these are all PG rated. So I started watching some of the James Bond movies on TV. Live and Let Die is what, oh no, that was Roger Moore. But remember, I read Dr. No. I think you let me borrow Dr. No, the book.
I had, and I don't know if they were my dad's or, I had some of the early books. And then I bought some of them that were written by someone else after Ian Fleming died. Yeah. And it's kind of interesting because, like, the basis from it was based on, or at least inspired by some of the stuff that Ian Fleming and his relative by blood, Christopher Lee, did when they're in British Special Forces, World War II. Like, I don't know if they're in the same division. I know Christopher Lee was the League of Ungentlemanly Warfare. And what he did was he's a Nazi hunter. I don't know if Ian was too, but yeah, it's like Christopher Lee would hunt Nazis. Yeah. And so that was the inspiration for the James Bond series. And who Ian Fleming wanted to portray Bond originally was Roger Moore, but he was tied up in doing The Saint. Yeah. So they cast this stuntman because they like I don't know, it was a director or someone saw him like walking around and said, "Oh, hey, he might make a good Bond," and he became, I think, the most popular Bond. Yeah. So yeah, he was the first. Of course, another great movie that he was in, where he played, what was it? An Egyptian portraying, he was a Scottish actor portraying the Egyptian, portraying the Spaniard in Scotland. What movie?
Highlander.
Right.
There can be only one, Captain McLeod. I love Highlander too, the quickening, and then, a lot of people hate
I think I liked it when it first came out, but then the more you think about it, it's like, yeah.
Yeah, well, I like the
third one, the third one was okay.
Fourth was okay.
I don't know if I ever saw the fourth
I saw fourth. I bought that on,
Now, I've seen all the episodes here and there of the TV series and the spin-off TV series where it's a female Highlander. And there's some good episodes. I know my buddy at work liked both series, but I never watched all the episodes. But anyways, yeah, Connery.
He passed away. When John let me borrow Dr. No, I think I saw it, or I read the book, and I saw the movie, or I saw the movie and read the book. And I remember the difference that they had, like, in the book there was like a giant centipede or millipede put on him, and then in the movie it was a tarantula that killed him. Boy, I wouldn't want to put like giant centipede. That'd be creepier than hell. But either one was
the giant ones are venomous too, and that's why they did that.
Yeah, and that one knows I ate a tarantula, a small one.
Just a wee one.
Yeah, the wee laddie. But then I remember.
Did you go wee down your gullet?
I've seen a lot of other James Bond movies, and I was looking to see which one I didn't see. Like in Fort Bragg, I never saw You Only Live Twice, and that's a great one. Goldfinger.
I've seen most, if not all of them.
I think I've seen all the James Bond movies, I think.
Oh, then we were running on the ABC Alias, and after watching Alias, for so many years, I don't think I ever finished it, but then ABC was rebroadcasting the James Bond movies, and I started watching them. Like, boy, in comparison to Alias, the Bond movies just seem so freaking cheesy.
Well,
I mean, yeah, and keep in mind,
Yeah.
I'm a big Bond fan.
yeah.
But like after Alias, I'm like, yeah, I can't watch these anymore.
No.
It's just too cheesy.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched
Yeah.
the newer ones. I think
Yeah.
there might be one of the
I didn't see Quantum of Solace. That's what I didn't see.
one of the newer ones I might have missed.
And there's the one that just came out around the time when COVID. I don't know if they got released or not.
Yeah.
I didn't remember what it's called because I get lost track of some of the names. But I didn't see Quantum of Solace. That's the one I didn't see. I mean, I remember George Lazenby. I mean, I only saw it once. Here was Honor Majesty's Secret Service,
Right.
and then I only saw Octopussy once. That's the only movie only James Bond I saw in the theater. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, I saw that was a great movie, and I remember the classic story. That's when Mom and Dad were still together, and we used to go to Edinburgh, the Village Cinema. I love the Village Cinema, and it was a double. I mean, one theater had Octopussy, and the other theater had Staying Alive. Yeah. And my sister and my mom went to see Staying Alive, and my dad and I went to see Octopussy. And Octopussy started before Staying Alive started. My sister and my mom went to see it, and then like halfway through the film broke, and it took forever for them to fix it. And then they fixed it, and they finished watching the movie, and they came out, and Octopussy was still playing. It showed you how long the movie was. I don't know how long it was, maybe over 2 hours. I've only seen it the one time in the theater, though. But, I mean, it's still a great movie.
See, now, I don't remember the original movie theater in Edinburgh at all, before Village Cinemas.
Mm.
When it was downtown.
I don't
know how young we were back then.
I think the very first time Mom never knew Village Cinema existed. I don't know why. She was going to take us to see Bedknobs and Broomsticks. This was before 4th grade. We usually would go to West Erie Plaza or the Drive-In or Cinema World, I think. Maybe the Mill Creek 3, I think. That's the one we went to. She didn't know about Village Cinema. And she said Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Yeah, what year was that? Because I'm trying to think of when.
79 or?
Yeah, so
79?
Village Cinemas probably wasn't open that long.
Okay.
So it was mid to late 70s that it opened, so that's probably why she didn't know about it.
Okay, I think it was 79. Bedknobs and Broomsticks were going to play there. We went there, and this was in the summer, a couple weeks before I went to 5th grade. And it didn't play there. And then they were playing a movie called Chomps. And we went to see that instead. And that was the PG-rated one from Hanna-Barbera. All the parents were complaining about saying there was too much swearing and stuff. And then they took it out of theaters, and then they cut everything out and made it G-rated. You know, they were still swearing. They still said bullshit in it. And it was a G-rated movie. They completely ruined it. Because I remember I took forever to find it on DVD. Watched my nephew and said, they ruined the movie. Because I didn't know they re-edited it to a G-rated movie. I remember it being PG-rated movie. I remember it being a lot funnier. But my mom didn't want to complain about the swearing and stuff. But I guess a lot of parents were. But I mean, that's just when even put down the Dogs of the Week too, which is kind of funny. It's about a robotic dog. Valerie Bertinelli was in it, and the guy, I don't know if it was the guy from
I can't remember.
or not.
It's been so long. I might have even had a book version of that too. I don't know. I know I had a couple books of Benji, but I might also have Chomps.
But that's when they were doing a live action thing. Because I loved their version of Charlotte's Web. And then they did Kiss Me Fan in the Park, which I thought they spent millions of dollars on when I was in 4th grade. And I watched it again before I went in the Army, and Steve was like, oh my God, he spent any money on this at all. It's so cheap looking. I thought he spent millions and millions of dollars on it.
Well, we're dumb kids back then.
Well, that's the same thing with King Kong
now
Escapes.
We're dumb adults.
Well, King Kong Escapes, the 68 movie, and I saw it in 2nd grade. There's a whole story behind it, but I don't want to get into it. And I thought he spent millions of dollars on it, and I saw it on the Family Channel like in 90. When I was in Fort Detrick in 91, I was like, boy, this looks cheap as hell. It was really goofy, though. If you get a chance, King Kong Escapes is really good.
Alrighty.
Movie.
But Sean Connery was not in it.
I don't know how I get on this thing, but I mean,
we do all the time.
Yeah, I mean, but it's, I like Sean Connery. I remember seeing Medicine Man, Entrapment.
Yeah, Medicine Man was okay because I figured out the answer too quickly of what the cure was made out of. So then I was bored the rest of the movie.
Yeah. Well,
and what's that actress? God, she had a grating voice. In that.
I can't remember her name, but I know you're talking Lorraine Bracco.
Yeah, I think that might be her. She had a real grating voice, and like, God damn.
Yeah, I know. That was like, Cisco and Ebert hated it because I liked the series of bullies they had, and it was just, they said just about their relationship or something like that.
Well, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, but I mean,
Sort of like a Haunted Blind Manor, you know,
yeah.
it's more.
Yeah, a lot of people saying they didn't like that. Spoof said it was boring.
Yeah,
Like
I thought it was good. It's slow, but it's really good. But what it turns out in the end, it's a lot of romance and stuff. And it's still like a tragic ghost story, like the Haunting of Hill House.
Yeah.
So to me, I think it's still worth watching. It's really good.
Now, what do you think about some of the other James Bonds? Since we're going back to Sean Connery, Roger Moore was awesome. I mean,
yeah.
Gene Siskel said he keeps continuing. Because they put like View to a Kill on the worst movies. Like he said,
I think the only one I didn't care for was George Lazenby.
Lord Lazenby?
Yeah.
Did you like Timothy Dalton?
Oh, yeah. Timothy Dalton. And he's been good in other stuff, too. He was in a great show called Penny Dreadful, the first series.
I've never seen that.
Fantastic. And that's a slow burn, too. So, you know, that's easy to drift away from. Just like I keep forgetting to finish watching the new series. I've watched a few episodes of Penny Dreadful, but I guess it's like okay, but it got canceled because it wasn't doing very well. But again, you know, it's a slow burn, but so was the first series.
Yeah.
But it was really good as long as you put it in time. Because like the Frank says, really
Oh.
tricky. Well, I got to wrap up.
All right. So until next time, bye. Please take care, my Legion. Rest, peace.